Let's open up this space to explore the power of ritual in our everyday lives. Lighting sage is one way to bring purity to your space, to create a sacred space if you like. But the important bit is not whether you want to create sacred space or not, but just the intention to create a space to practice something meaningful for you. So ritual is a choice. It's an embodied practice that we do with our hands and with objects of our choice. And we fuse those tactile practices with our intention to create something more meaningful. So like in religions, where we have altars in the Catholic Church, for example, or in a synagogue or mosque, and there's often the lighting of candles as a way to inspire our divinity, as the flame is connecting with the life force and this light of the divine, let's say, it inspires the same within us. If it's not just an empty ritual, we know religions over the centuries have created a kind of habitual rote program for people to follow. And that if they follow that program, they won't go to hell. They will be forgiven of their sins and they will go to heaven, or they'll go to another beautiful place. So those rituals are more the threat that, okay, you must do this. If you don't do it, you're in trouble. And so many people just follow those rituals in an empty-headed sort of way, with no feeling for the meaning of the ritual. The important aspect of doing ritual is to enact and come into a place within yourself where you feel the meaning of the action, and that this embodied feeling of divinity, of inspiration in your heart, allows you to move forward with more grace in your life, if you truly feel it. It's not just one moment you're in the ritual and the next you're out and do whatever. No, the ritual is a daily practice to bring you into a calmer, more grounded, more gracious state of being, one of gratitude, one that focuses your energy on what matters. So we know when we work energetically that energy creates matter. That's physics. And ritual is the perfect way to bring our intentions, or the focus of our energies, where the energies go, where our attention goes. And where our attention goes and the energy goes is what comes into manifestation. So if we want to create something beautiful in our lives and we have an intention to do so, we focus our energy. The ritual is a way to focus it. For example, writing down on a piece of paper all that you want to manifest in a kind of law of attraction list, which is quite popular now. So you write all these items down, or you create your vision board. And that is a earthy, tactile practice that helps you focus your energy to allow the energy to create the matter and bring it into form. Now, it really doesn't matter what you choose, which rituals you choose. You can choose to use beautiful crystals, like a quartz crystal here, You can choose to work with cards, which I often do. Here's some beautiful Sacred Heart, Gaia Oracle cards. And it's the ritual of doing it that brings the meaning, the intention fused with the act. And here one's flipped out for all of those people out there that are viewing in. This one's for you. It's called the Night Wind, subconscious release and healing energies to you. So ritual can help us release things. Yes. If we're working with the moon cycle, for example, and we want to release what no longer serves us from our lives, we can do a release ritual at the full moon and go into the disseminating waning moon to help that let go that follows the full moon stage. So when you work with nature, there's power in that. And we know from pagan rituals, which preceded religions, there were a lot of rituals focused around nature, working with the cycles, and the stone circles all correlate with the important holy days of nature. So we have summer solstice, for example, the longest day of the year, when the sun is at its peak point. And this is a point of celebrating the blossoming of the life force, just before we must let it go again at the longest day, and the light will start waning. So this is a popular day for ritual and ceremony in circles, in stone circles, that celebrate summer solstice. So we use ritual also to connect with nature and also to connect with others. So one of the reasons people love religion is because it gives us a way, a structure to come together in community, and with ritual to bond us in a practice together. So these practices are something we can do together. And certainly I do rituals with my meditation circles that I hold. And I've done them with women's groups in the past, and I do them sometimes with my children or my beloved. We do rituals to bring about beauty, magic, and well-being in our lives, and a way to connect with each other with meaning. When my daughter turned 13, my oldest daughter, we held a coming into age ritual for her. The women in the family did. And it was interesting because before that point in time, I had started to grow apart from her a bit, the two of us. We were a little more in conflict. She was more aligned with her father. But then we did this ritual when she turned 13, welcoming her into womanhood. And we did it out in nature with flowers and poetry and candles, and honoring the woman she was becoming. My mother was there, my sister was there, her younger sister was there, and we honored her at this new stage of her female development. And after that ritual, my relationship with her really blossomed. We just were so much closer. So ritual, it can be a powerful tool to bring you closer to other people in honoring each other in meaningful ways. And of course, that's why we do baby christenings and baptisms and so on. Is the same principle. It's not so much what belief system you choose or what meaning or symbolism you give to particular objects or practices that matters as much. What matters is that you personally believe in them and they resonate with you. and they bring something special to you and the others in your lives. And that is up for you to decide. Because if you're just doing rituals in a religion out of a obligation that you think that's what you should do, and it's just a habit with no connection to the true meaning, and you don't even feel anything inside, then that's not powerful ritual. Powerful ritual is what you feel. So I'm a free spirit, and I don't belong to any group or religion. So I create ritual to embody my divinity, yes, because I'm deeply spiritual in myself and feel the connection with all that is, especially as I practice embodiment and grounding, meditations, yoga practices, lighting of candles. These help me to ground myself so that I can serve others better in that spiritual alignment. So it's a way to earth ourselves, bring things into everyday practice. It slows us down from the mental, head-wrecking, head-rushing world that we live in, that's go, 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 nonstop. And we're all sucked into our devices, but not really living the life. So to live the life, we need to be more present, actively present within our bodies. And ritual is a way to help us be more embodied and more present. And then we can live more really and magically with all that's happening around us. So yes, so I encourage you to discover and find the rituals that bring you alive, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, to inspire your aliveness and inspire you to co-create with earth, with nature, with others, with the universe, whatever it is you desire. Energy creates matter is the law of physics. And we know also from the amazing Masaru Emoto, who wrote The Hidden Messages of Water, that, the power of words are like spells. And if you speak beautiful words to the water just before it freezes, it will form beautiful geometric snowflake patterns. But if you speak with ill intention and negativity, it will deform the shape of those snowflake crystals. So this experiment shows us that as we fuse our intention, it's not so much the words, but the tone, the feeling, that you give those words that matter. So in the end, the objects you use for ritual, the words you use, the practices don't matter per se as much as the intention you fuse into the practices. How your heart speaks through those practices, the intention you give it is where the power is. So empty rituals by habit, by routine, lose their value. They may help keep you grounded, it's true. In that practice, it helps you feel safe and secure when you're in a routine, when you're in a daily ritual or practice. So for example, in COVID-19 times, when there's a lot of uncertainty in our external world, and even before COVID-19, we have uncertainty with our environment, with the economics, with the politics, and now with our health. And we have uncertainty about what the future looks like. But so in that case, daily rituals can be quite calming and reassuring that we're safe in our routines that are familiar to us, that comfort us. So those could be your morning rituals of fresh squeezed orange juice and your breakfast of choice, perhaps yoga or meditation for some of you, or your bedtime rituals that help wind you down and relax you to sleep. And that could even be the brushing of the teeth and the washing of the face and the changing into the pajamas, are helpful to bring you into that relaxed state of being. So whatever they are, doesn't matter as much as the comfort, security, calmness they give you. But also, if you want to use ritual in a more powerful way to connect and create with others, then you can do what inspires you, the lighting of candles, the burning of incense or white sage, working with crystals, working with sacred plants and herbs, being in nature. So when I was a child, I used to go with my parents off to the countryside, and I loved the fairy realms. So I was always in search of fairies, and I would find the fairy rings. So I'd find the ring of mushrooms out by the sacred trees and the fairy trees, perhaps. And I would ask for a little gift from the circle, and I would take a stone that I would find there and take that home. And then my ritual was to take a bath with that and imbibe, assimilate the magic of the fairy ring within myself. And I think it's worked. Yeah, I hold the magic within, and like to be at one with the elementals of our planet, the earth, air, water, fire, ether energies, and work magic with those because they're all part of our existence. So whatever brings the meaning for you and the delight for you in the present, in your own presence, and allows you to hold the space for the magic to happen, is what's going to be a beautiful, meaningful ritual. So these rituals, yes, bring the meaning to our daily lives, and they are so important. So I encourage you to look for the rituals that resonate with your being. They could be borrowed, they could be from the practices you were raised with, because those are comforting, reassuring. But to be creative, you might want to create your own new rituals to be more empowered in the future that you are co-creating with the universe. So be it.